Hi. Hello everybody. My name is Tyler and welcome back to another brand new podcast episode. This is a Q&A podcast to where I am answering questions and I improv the answers in hopes to finding a little bit more about myself and hope you do too. These questions are normally randomized, and if you want to ask me a question yourself, please contact me on social and I will give you the socials at the end of the video. But how are you doing today? I've just got off work from a 10 plus hour shift. I think I'm fine. Cause I think what's keeping me okay after the 10-hour shift, 11-hour shift was just like caffeine. I'm currently running on like caffeine from the, God, it's so hot. I'm running on caffeine from my Rockstar, so I'm running on a bit of a caffeine high, sugar high, and I'm doing stuff today. I'm hoping there would be time for me to go to the gym or at least to exercise, but I am optimistic. If anything else, there's payday today, so that's pretty good. I should be able to put some money into the channel by like getting a ring light. I've been meaning and wanting to get a ring light for the channel so that the lamp over my head doesn't give me the feeling of interrogation. And I just want to make the space that I'm working in for the channel like more, what's the word? It's more aesthetic. There's this word I've been looking for when it comes to like room design, desk setup. There's a word, I don't know if it's aesthetic, but I'm looking for a word that expresses how a setup makes me feel. Like it makes me happy that this looks so blank. I'm looking for a word that fills in the blank other than aesthetic, because for some reason I've been on a little craze about getting a new keyboard. I've been thinking about window shopping for a keyboard because I have a new computer. I have a new desk mat that lights up with RGB lights. I have possibly the want for a new mouse to go with the new keyboard. I want nice things. People want to buy nice things. I don't blame them. I just wish I knew what I wanted to do. So we're gonna go ahead and do what I have to and get into these questions, because I'm really bad at small talk. Other than explaining what I've been doing in the day, what my concerns are, I'm really bad with small talk. Oh God! But the first question of the day is: do you remember what the first report at Euro was about? What was your first school report, book report? I remember some of my earliest writing was from my bio class in middle school. It was a bio class, so like you would think that when you do a report at school for biology, you would talk about the body or health and stuff like that. Nah, man. When I did reports at school for science, all I talked about was space. Space was cool. It was hip. I've always enjoyed the concept of like astronauts and going into space since I was a little kid. And so I think the first time I had a real concept of the gravity that is space, the first time I really thought about it was when I was watching Gundam Wing, and all that space battle, the robot battles. If NASA wants a test subject to try out the Gundam and mobile frames, I am down to try to work mobile frames, and then eventually a Gundam frame. I would be so happy and so pleased. That was a napkin in my face. But yes, anyways, I would talk about space. So if I remember correctly, I think my first report was about like the discovery of a black hole near the somewhere like past Neptune. It was always about like space, so black holes, like traveling through Andromedas, traveling through galaxies, spaceships. But this was a 7th grade bio class, but the reality, it was a general science class, I think, so I don't remember it being any more specific than what it was. But I always talk about space. I would always talk about space and the discoveries that they were making at the time. I really love it. I really love the fact that we're in a world where technology is advancing, and we're getting closer and closer to the dreams that we have about space. Like, for example, when I brought up Gundam, they currently have several Gundam models as Gundam frames as displays around Japan and Taiwan and China. Like, there's a Strike Freedom Gundam near Taipei, I think, or in Japan, and then there's like the RX-78 in Tokyo, I think. There is Gundams everywhere. But like the fact that if they can make a big old Gundam just like that, imagine it making that transition into being able to house someone for a Gundam frame, to be able to move around in it like a Gundam would. That takes advanced mechanics and advanced robotics in order to do that. I'm super excited. Yeah, space, so cool. The second question I have myself is, what's the story behind why you replaced the last phone you had? Easy. And I just mentioned it on a recent podcast episode that's on Spotify and Anchor, that's exclusively there because I recorded through the Anchor app. I had to replace my phone because I dropped it. I went to the gym. I was trying to watch some anime while I was getting on the Stairmaster. I wanted to just like do the Stairmaster, watch some anime, whether it's Baki or Gundam or JoJo. I want to watch something to kill the time. And for some reason, it slipped, fell on the ground, and when I picked it back up, the phone was working perfectly fine. The screen was okay. The only issue is that what is the word? The word I'm looking for. The back of the phone cracks like it would a mirror, but it was still functional. The phone's functional. Even the phone is functioning even right now because I'm reading off the questions from that phone. But the problem is, I wish I had the phone case on it. I was reckless. I do apologize. But Joanna, I did borrow the phone from Joanna because my phone before that broke because, oh, come on, why did the guy had to skip me? What the heck? What the fork? Jeez. You're fine, you're whatever, but you're mid. You're so mid. But I broke the previous phone because it fell out of my pocket and it cracked the home button of the iPhone 8 regular, so like I could not use my thumb for anything. The home button became unfunctional, and that's when I missed the physical button that was in the home area. I missed it. I wish I didn't break my phone 2 times before getting this phone. I'm very excited for having a new phone. It doesn't change that I broke a phone by accident. Both of them being my fault. That's why I bought AppleCare too. That's why I have AppleCare, because of those instances where I mess up. I should have bought the AppleCare a while ago, but it's fine. I'm okay now. It's whatever. The last question for today's podcast is, what would be the best and worst part of being a cat in your opinion? These questions are super silly, but let me see if I can't dissect this. If I personally, in the next 2 hours, changed into a cat, I'd probably be dead. I'd probably use up all 9 of my lives for how klutzy I am. I have a tendency to be I'm either hyperactive or just super lazy, but I get injured a lot. So imagine me waking up as a cat and I get injured a lot as a cat. I would get I feel like I have the baddest luck to where I would just get so injured that I would burn through my lives, and I would I would not do well as a cat. I would not do well as a cat. I can enjoy sushi. I can if I had an owner that would give me raw fish, I'd probably enjoy that. I'd probably enjoy daily like consumption of fish. But that's not gonna happen. I'm gonna get that cat food. That's gonna be so weird. Because I would not know if I would enjoy wet or dry foods. I wouldn't know how much water I would have. I can definitely bother a lot of people as a cat by walking all over them, by putting my butt on everything, by like knocking over glasses, knocking things over, and having the excuse of like being a cat can help in some leeways of getting in trouble, but no, I don't think so. Oh, fuck. I was supposed to get well, I should have enough gas to get to Kirkland, so that's a good thing. Oh boy, I'm low on gas, but I should be fine. And with that, we're gonna end the podcast today. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Hope you enjoy the show. Hopefully I get to a gas station by the end of this drive before I run out. But if you like this, please make sure you subscribe and follow. I stream semi-regular. I stream on twitch.tv/WTBHU. I'm What the Foo on most platforms except Instagram at What the Foo Graham. I'm on TikTok at What the Foo Dude. I'm on Facebook at What the Foo Gaming. And I'm What the Foo everywhere else. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the show. And as always, my name's Tyler. I'm your friend. And I'll see you next time. Bye.